In 2011, a small Swedish studio released a game with no story, no tutorial, and graphics that looked 20 years out of date. By 2014, Microsoft paid $2.5 billion to acquire it. Today, in 2026, that game has sold over 300 million copies and adds roughly 2 to 3 million new players every year, 14 years after launch. Most video games have a shelf life of about 2 years. Minecraft doesn't follow that pattern, and the reason has almost nothing to do with the game itself. This is the story of how a company accidentally built an empire by refusing to control what they owned. The Sandbox. When Minecraft launched, it was radically simple. You spawned in a procedurally generated world. You punched trees, you built shelters, you survived the night. No quest markers, no dialogue trees, no cinematics, just systems, mining, crafting, building, exploring. Those systems could be combined in unexpected ways. This was not accidental. The game's creator, Marcus Persson, designed Minecraft as a sandbox in the truest sense, a set of rules with no predetermined outcome. The world was legible. The mechanics were transparent. If you understood how blocks worked, you could predict how they would behave. That legibility made Minecraft moddable in ways most games weren't. Players could look under the hood, figure out how the systems worked, and change them. Early modders did exactly that, writing code to add new items, new mechanics, new dimensions to the game, but there was a problem. The fragmentation crisis. In Minecraft's alpha and beta phases, modding was chaos. Most mods were incompatible with each other. Installing them required manually patching the game's JAR file, essentially reverse engineering Minecraft every time you wanted to try something new. If two mods touched the same piece of code, they would break. Players had to choose this mod or that mod, not both. The modding community was fracturing before it even began. Then something changed. A group of modders built a tool called Forge. Forge was not a mod itself, it was infrastructure, a shared layer of standardized hooks that let multiple mods coexist without stepping on each other. It created APIs for items, blocks, events, and networking. Instead of every modder patching Minecraft in their own bespoke way, Forge gave them a common language. Suddenly you could run 50 mods at once, 100, 200. Mod packs became a product: Feed the Beast, Hexit, Techit. These were not just collections of mods, they were curated experiences with progression systems, custom configs, entire economies built on top of Minecraft's base mechanics. By the time Minecraft hit version 1.4 and 1.5, modded Minecraft had become the default experience for many PC players. YouTubers covered mod packs, servers ran them. The vanilla game was still there, but for a large part of the community, mods were not optional anymore, they were the game. Forge had done something critical. It turned Minecraft from a product into a platform. The power stack. Let's pause here and talk about structure. Most companies build products. They design an experience, ship it, maybe release updates or downloadable content, and eventually move on to the next thing. The relationship is transactional. They make something, you buy it, the exchange ends. Platforms work differently. A platform provides the base layer, the rules, the tools, the infrastructure, and then gets out of the way. It allows others to build on top of it. The value does not come from what the company makes, it comes from what the community makes. Minecraft's empire was not built by Mojang, it was built by modders, YouTubers, server operators, and players who used Minecraft as raw material for their own creations. Here is the power stack. Base layer, a simple, legible sandbox where the systems invite tinkering. Infrastructure layer, Forge standardizes the modding process, lowering the cost of coordination between creators. Policy layer, Mojang's end-user license agreement, we will get to that in a moment. Ecosystem layer, YouTubers, modpack curators, server communities packaging mods into accessible experiences. Corporate layer, Microsoft, which chose not to kill any of this. Each layer reinforces the others. The sandbox stays simple so modders can extend it. Forge makes those extensions compatible so ecosystems can form. Mojang tolerates the ecosystem so it grows. Microsoft profits from the growth so they do not shut it down. This is platform power. And it only works if the people at the top resist the urge to control everything. The end-user license agreement crisis. Of course they were tempted. In 2014, Mojang revised Minecraft's end-user license agreement. The early end-user license agreement had been shockingly permissive. It explicitly told players that plugins for the game belonged to them and that they could do whatever they wanted with those plugins, including selling them for money. The new end-user license agreement clarified that mods were derivative works and that Mojang could use, copy, modify, and distribute them without restriction. It also cracked down on server monetization, banning certain pay-to-win mechanics. The community panicked. Modders worried they would lose the ability to set terms on their own work. Server operators feared their revenue models would collapse. A petition circulated demanding that Mojang revert the changes, warning that the new rules would kill gameplay innovation. And then, nothing happened. Mojang did not enforce the EULA aggressively. They targeted abusive monetization. Yes, servers charging kids $100 for in-game advantages, but the modding ecosystem was largely untouched. This is managed tolerance. On paper, Mojang owns everything. In practice, they let the ecosystem operate in a legal grey zone because shutting it down would destroy the value they are extracting from it. It is a delicate equilibrium. The company retains formal control, and it exercises that control selectively. The community thrives because enforcement is light. Both sides benefit from the ambiguity. And if you're thinking, wait, this sounds familiar, you're right. Apple does this with the App Store, YouTube does this with fair use, Amazon does this with third-party sellers, every platform runs on managed tolerance. If this kind of structural analysis is your thing, you'll probably like this channel. We break down how power systems work across business, crime, platforms, and institutions. Subscribe if you want more of that. Or don't. I'm not your dad. Microsoft's choice. In September 2014, Microsoft acquired Mojang for $2.5 billion. The community was terrified. Microsoft had a reputation for killing studios, locking down platforms, and squeezing revenue out of beloved franchises. People feared they would shut down Java Edition, ban mods, and force everyone onto a walled garden version of Minecraft that they could fully monetize. That did not happen. Microsoft kept Java Edition alive. They continued supporting Forge. The modding community not only survived, it thrived. Retrospective histories of Minecraft modding explicitly note that the modern era under Microsoft saw continued growth and innovation. Why? Because Microsoft understood what they had actually bought. They did not buy a game. They bought a platform with compounding network effects. Minecraft sales data tells the story. Most games see a spike at launch, then decline. Minecraft kept adding 2 to 3 million copies per year more than a decade after release. By 2023, cumulative sales hit 300 million. Active users topped 210 million in 2025. That does not happen with products, that only happens with platforms. Mods were the reason. They reset the engagement loop, and every time a player finished vanilla survival, they could start over with a tech mod, a magic mod, or an exploration mod. The game never ended because the community kept building new games on top of it. Microsoft's genius was not innovation, it was restraint. They formalized Minecraft as a user-generated content platform through merchandising, education, and mobile, but they left the Java ecosystem alone. They took the revenue without strangling the golden goose. Let's zoom out. Minecraft succeeded because it made a choice most companies refuse to make. It ceded control. Mojang didn't design the best content. They designed the best foundation, a simple, moddable sandbox, and then allowed others to build on it. Forge didn't create the best mods. It created the infrastructure that let 1,000 modders collaborate without coordinating. Microsoft didn't maximize short-term revenue. They protected the ecosystem that generated long-term value. At every layer, the people with power chose not to use it. This is the paradox of platforms. Control kills value. When you try to centralize a creative ecosystem, you strangle it. The best ideas come from the edges, not the center. The most valuable contributions come from people you didn't hire, building things you didn't plan. Minecraft's empire exists because Mojang, Forge, and Microsoft understood that. In 2025, Minecraft is still growing. Not because of new features Mojang shipped, not because of a brilliant marketing campaign, but because somewhere right now a modder is writing code for a new dimension. A YouTuber is showcasing a new mod pack, a server is launching with a custom economy. They're building the empire. They always were. The company just had the wisdom to let them, and that's the lesson. Open systems outlast controlled ones, not because control is immoral, but because control is inefficient. When you build a platform, the question isn't what should we make next, it's what will they make if we get out of the way. Minecraft answered that question, and the answer built an empire.